Hi all! Everything in my video is pulled from the public domain, and I am using them under the Fair Use, Fair Dealings guidelines. Everything I say is my own opinion. You should look into this information for yourselves, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody had a fabulous weekend. All right, once again, I have split everything up into 3 videos. This is going to be video number 1. We're going to cover Princess Anne. We're going to cover Zara. We're going to cover the children. We're going to cover King Charles, the kilt debate, and Prince Andrew's having some stuff going on again, you guys. It's terrible. Let's just jump in and get there, shall we? Let's go. We are going to start off with Princess Anne, the Princess Royal, her daughter Zara, and their children, and yeah, there's a lot going on here. Because on Friday, the Princess Royal went to the first day of the Magic Millions Festival of British eventing at Gatecombe Park in Gloucestershire, England. Zara was there. It's a 3-day competition. It's hosted on Princess Anne's estate called Gatecombe Park. Her son, Peter Phillips, ex-husband Captain Mark Phillips are there running things behind the scene, according to the article. Princess Anne was seen there with her husband, and they were chatting. And of course, Zara got up on her horse. Just so you guys all remember, this was set up by Princess Anne and her ex-husband in 1983. So it's having its 40th anniversary year. Her ex-husband, Captain Mark, said that they did this to, quote, put something back into the sport that they both enjoyed, because we know that Anne and Mark were both international champion level riders. They competed for Team Great Britain in the Olympics, and they still love the horses. Now, let's move on to the kids. So we're going to start off with Lena, their youngest daughter. She was on some sort of a, I don't know what you would call that thing. It's some sort of a trampoline thing. They strap you in. You can jump, you can twist, you can turn, you can do all kinds of interesting things. I hope I'm getting this right. I believe this is Savannah Phillips, who is the child of Peter and his ex-wife, Autumn Kelly. She was also on this trampoline flipping thing, whatever it is. I don't know about you guys, but if I did that, I'd be puking when I got off. And not to be outdone, we have Mia Tyndall, who looks very grown up. This is the oldest daughter of Zara and Mike Tyndall. All right. Now, this next person is Isla Phillips, who is also a daughter of Peter and Autumn Kelly, out there enjoying her ice cream. You go, girl. So this is what I'm talking about. The cousins hang out together. They have a close bond. They do things together. There's none of this secretive photoshopping crap going on. This is why people really like the royal family. They don't hide their kids away. These kids are going to grow up to be very well-balanced adults who are just out, and they don't see themselves as anything more than, normal children, which is what you got to do if you want to have normal children. Nice to see the kids out and about having fun. Now, of course, we couldn't leave out this adorable little nugget. Hard to believe, you guys. This is Lucas Tyndall, the youngest child of Mike and Zara. This is the little boy who was born so quickly they couldn't make it to the hospital, and he was born, I believe, on the bathroom floor. But look how much he's grown. What a cutie patootie. He looks a lot like Mike, at least in my observation. So this all went on again on day 1 of the trials. Looks like they had great weather, sun shining, looked lovely, but that was not the case for day 2. All right, day 2. Everybody was back out there. Anne and Timothy Lawrence was there to support Zara as she rode. Unfortunately, the weather was not near as nice on day 2 as it was on day 1. It was rainy, it was cold, everybody was bundled up, but that did not stop Zara from, getting on that horse and riding. Love it. But, that is just so graceful. Look at that. I could never do that. She just looks amazing. Now, we do know that the last time there was something going on, protesters showed up and they were basically saying that Zara was mistreating her horse, but I think we've pretty much proven that that's not the case. And again, what I said about the kids not being treated any differently, it was raining and muddy. And so the oldest Tyndall daughter grabbed a shovel. I believe one of the cousins did too. And they start shoveling, it was either dirt or wood chips or something, into the entrance of the tents so that people could walk in without getting muddy. Very nice. Next up, we're talking about the kilt thing again. It's a 170-year tradition, and yet William never wears a kilt when he goes to Scotland. And critics are basically saying at this point, give him a break. He already has a lot of rules to follow. The rest of the family likes kilts. Good for them. But if he doesn't want to wear one, then, so be it. Next up, we have King Charles, who visited the May Highland Games in the village of John O'Groats in Scotland. Now, he is the chieftain of the games. For those of you who are unaware, he wore a traditional kilt, a green tweed jacket, a matching waistcoat, and red socks. He got out. People wanted to shake his hand. He was waving hello to the public. And then, of course, and I believe that's Johnny on the right. Hi, Johnny. He took his seat in the front row of the marquee, sat back, put on his sunglasses, and was watching the spectacle. There was a caber toss, there was a tug of war, all kinds of stuff. Now, the first games, just so you know, for FYI, was held in the nearby village of May in 1970 to celebrate the late Queen Mother's 70th birthday. I'm not sure why they moved it over, but okay. Now, while he was there also, they brought him I believe it's called a dram of whiskey. So he just decided he was going to drink that down. Good for you, Charles. Now, last year's May Games were the first ones since COVID struck. They had to shut everything down for COVID. Anyway, we know that when King Charles was coronated, he was presented with a sword, crown, and scepter, which are called the Honors of Scotland. Lovely. Last story. And we're going to end with Prince Andrew, what's going to happen. You guys, the BBC is releasing a series named A Very Royal Scandal. And it's all about the circumstances of the interview, that horrible interview that Andrew gave. And according to the article, an insider said that this show will have added gravitas as Emily is involved in its creation and will lend her unique insight into the production. And it says that the drama pitches that Prince Andrew saga as being one of the greatest scandals of modern times. And and on top of all that, Netflix is going to do a new series. Of course, they are called Scoop. And they've got Rufus Sewell is going to play Prince Andrew in that. And they are also doing a series looking at Prince Andrew's demise in the family. Unbelievable. By the way, A&E here in the United States is doing another documentary called The Secrets of Prince Andrew, which is going to air August 21st. Now, that woman, Emily, you should just know, told the Mirror News that Andrew lost a lot from that interview, and her intention was not to ruin his life. That was even not on the radar. She said, I knew I had to do an interview that would hold up in a court of law, and there couldn't be a misstep, unlike, what Oprah did. FYI, she didn't say that part about Oprah. That's me. Okay, so that's the end of video 1. Let's move on to video number 2 in the series today. You're going to love this. Come on, let's go.